It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
This is for you, Capricorn. March is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Aquamarine. Your birthstone is Garnet, Capricorn, so what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate one with the other and how that's going to really affect you during this progression. Because these months are associated with Hebrew months, which are associated with the Egyptian months. So what we have going on is that sometimes it seems to overlap in the Western system, but that's just simply because it's based on a calendar that's based from ancient Egypt, which Moses brought when he was Prince of Egypt out to when it was given to the Hebrew nation. So that's going to be addressed in future videos, where we're going to do classes and make you some videos about how these months and these gemstones are actually significant of a certain astrological month, which is simply the same as a Hebrew month, which is gotten from the Egyptian astrological calendar. So we'll get into that in the future. But for now, we're going to stick with how your gemstone, your birthstone, resonates with the gemstone from the month. But that's where this is coming from, specifically. Okay, yeah. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. To contact me, you can visit www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with information on our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. March's gemstone of Aquamarine has the light emanations of the astrology archangel Omnitziel, and your zodiac sign gemstone of Garnet has the properties of light bestowed by the zodiac archangel Hanael. Stay right here as we give you the gemstone and angelic information particular to your ruling planet of Saturn, Capricorn. The gemstone of Garnet and the zodiac angel Hanael associate with Capricorn, while blue sapphire, amethyst, and lapis lazuli are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Cassiel, who was assigned to the planet Saturn in Kabbalah. Planetary archangel Zadkiel is also associated with Saturn, with cold, albeit sundry angelic names, applying attenuated light frequencies corresponding to this sort of Lord of the Ringed planet, generating substantial, though restrictive, levels of bestowal through law, adulation, and acquired possessions, as well as property. So be mindful of your own intentions and potency when utilizing these powerful gemstones in unison with each other. The planetary angel of Saturn is Cassiel, who is the speed of God. Since Saturn was seen in the Chaldean order of the planets in their system of astrology as being the planet with the greatest speed when considered from the Earth, the archangel Cassiel is known to be assigned by God to watch over creation without interfering, without really getting in the way of the development of consciousness, because it's got to be a development and a process. It can't all be done at once. Cassiel is said to be a tearful and melancholy angel who spends eternity in solitude, who is present at the death of kings. Saturn is also known as God the Lawgiver, and that's found in Genesis 2:16-17. And he commanded him, saying, of every tree of paradise thou shalt eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat, for in what day soever thou shalt eat of it, thou shalt die the death. Your Earth Guardian Archangel Uriel speaks to you from your Capricorn Astrology Archangel Hanael. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Capricorn Zodiac Angel Hanael, who resides over the goat's cardinal Earth nature, your qualities, your attributes. And these are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Hanael's love, rapture, and romance transmission. The indigo angelic light frequencies of Hanael combine with exhilarating healing oscillations emanating from freshly relaxing vibratory pulses from the gemstone of Aquamarine invigorates your romantic relationships due to provisions made by divine providence through this birthstone's privileged spiritual inheritance. Enjoyment of a precise permutation of Zodiac Angel Amnitziel's natural 12th house attributes, in addition to your own Capricorn energies, bestows to you overflowing qualities of heartfelt personal associations with a traditional zodiac sign of Pisces because of the enchanting and enhancing cool and subtle light beams that sparkle forth from a gem which reserves delightful experience for the holder of such a gemstone through a refreshment of the heart chakra, thus causing great delight in physicality via interdimensional communication made possible through harmonizing within the third eye, crown, and the sacral chakras. Now, some people are quite they're concerned about the colors of certain angels and that kind of thing, and understand that the zodiac angels and the planetary angels overlap sometimes because of the sephirotic associations in Kabbalah. Also, you've got in Kabbalah you've got the king scale, the queen scale, the prince scale, and the princess scale of colors that are associated with the names of God, but that's the name of the god of Aries. The martial, war energy, the energy of Mars, the energy of Aries, and that's a Kabbalistic association with the Sephirah of Geburah. So this is a war god when it's Yud He Vav He. The other permutations are not all war gods, but Yud He Vav He, it's associated with the sign of Aries, and that's a war god. It's associated with war. But understand that also there's a king, queen, prince, and princess scale of colors. So if the colors seem different, somebody might be using a king scale or a queen scale or a prince scale or a princess scale in Kabbalah, because it all comes from Kabbalah, whether it doesn't matter what language you're using. It all comes from these associations that come from the upper worlds and their levels. Now for Hanael's money and wealth transmission, finances show overflowing abundance for those who spend time getting to know economic principles as well as how to woo money's fickle spirit into a well-prepared lair. That which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below, as is stated in the great alchemical work, the Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus. Okay, now regarding these four worlds, and we've talked about the Yud He Vav He, that's the Aries permutation. And the world of Absolute is the world at the top, the Yud, the world of fire, water, air, earth. That's Aries. That's an Aries permutation. That's a god of war. Now, in the Aries permutation, you have the king scale, which is absolute, which is the world of it's the creative force. And you also have in some other correspondences and some other traditions, it's called the divine unsubstantial. Now the next world is the world of in some other traditions is called the world of the divine substantial, which is the world of archetypes and God forms. That's like gods, goddesses, archangels, and demons are found in the lowest world, beneath the lowest world, actually. That's the foundation on which you stand in the physical world. Well, it's the world of Asai. The world of Yetzirah is above that. That's the world of planning. But getting right along, we have after Yud, after we have the water Hey, the Hebrew letter Hey, we have the world of Bria. Bria Olam. Olam means world. That's water. That's the world of archetypes. Now, beneath, and that's divine substantial we just talked about. Now, beneath that is Yetzirah. Yetzirah Olam. That means the planning world, the world where you plan. That's air. Valve. Yod He Valve. That's the valve. The valve means nail, pin, and hook in Hebrew. It's a Hebrew letter. Then in some other traditions, it's associated with the unsubstantial. It's a world of planning. It's where you plan. That's why it's called, it's the prince or sun. It's the valve, the nail, pin, hook. That is the air quality. Now, beneath the world of Yetzirah, beneath the valve, beneath the sun, beneath the air quality, the Yetzirah Olam, the world of planning, that's the unsubstantial. Beneath Yetzirah, which is unsubstantial, you have, no longer divine, you have the substantial. That's where the Sefer of Malchut is found, which is the kingdom. The top three supernals are in Absolute. That's Keter, Chochmah, and Binah. Now, in the world of Asai, that's the realm of the flesh and the demons beneath. And that's, again, the substantial world, where Malchut is found, where the kingdom is. That's the world of all the physicality. Again, the flesh, the realm of the flesh, and the demons beneath. So everything has a very specific location and explanation in Kabbalah. And it really is the science of spirituality that now that humankind is all really connected through technology, and since science has pretty much done away with the faith of most people, Kabbalah is the science of spirituality that actually, if you get to the very core of it, is actually shows where spirituality dominates science, because science is of the world of Asaya. And it's the final result of the spiritual world. The final result of that creative force of will, which is what magic or a miracle is. It's a force of will. And when your own will is in line with God, there's no problem with your will, because your will and God's will are the same. It's always going to work. And that's the key, and because we're at a time in our world where religions and even just the way people fighting over things in the physical world, the human race is going to destroy itself if it doesn't begin to understand Kabbalah, and if it doesn't begin to understand what the purpose of all this is. Because of the futility and the skepticism keep getting worse and worse, people are just going to give up and start doing hurtful things to themselves, really, because they're going to become filled with apathy, which is part of the, it's just Gehenna, which is, the lowest realm in hell, is that apathy where you just do not care. And there's a realm for that, but there's also a filling where that realm is filled with light, and that is the greatest attainment. And that's happening, and that's going to continue to happen, and that happens for eternity. Then you have the purpose of creation. Now for Hanael's health and fitness transmission. health centers on complementing upper supernal realms such as crown and third eye chakras through objectively manifesting situations via sacral chakra vortex assertions from divine principle towards physicality, ascending up into more fruitful dimensions, which through well-applied chakra healing techniques are able to be timeless while concurrently substantial. So we're bringing that, what is in the world of the substantial, up into the divine unsubstantial. We're bringing what is in the divine unsubstantial, this eternity, into the substantial. And that's the point, again, of creation. These 12th house attributes, these are natural 12th house Piscean attributes, and the Kabbalistic associations that that state that Kether is in Malkuth and Malkuth is in Kether are going to find a place in these kind of Piscean qualities, since March's zodiac sign of Pisces ruling planets are concerned with both the feet and the head due to correspondences with Jupiter and also Neptune, respectively, remembering that Jupiter associates with the sacral chakra to stabilize the entire energetic organism expressed in 10 Kabbalistic Sephirotic dimensions. You're going to find that the energetic frequencies of Capricorn's Garnet, or your ruling planet Saturn's gemstone of lapis lazuli, blue sapphire, or amethyst, may also be used, added to March's aquamarine gem, motivating you towards being able to accomplish a lot more during March. And that's causing you to feel more able to accomplish all the things that you set your mind to, especially when it comes to the areas of mind, body, and soul healthfulness. Your sacral chakra is considered to be all important during 12th house sojourns for the principle of establishing fulcrums towards leveraging what is often thought to be hypocritical in attempts to express myriads of anxiety-provoking, ascending lifestyles mixed in with outrageously passionate, almost degrading lifestyles. In other words, aspirations for being real might at times appear to conflict with ambitions for a soul's recognition of its own personal godhood. Astrocartographic arrangements, concurrently as well as at birth, must be revealed if a holistic style of unveiling one's inner nature is truly what's desired. Our disclaimer: high magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Now, again, you need to remember to chant your divine tone of I use, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of utilizing, and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Capricorn. Thank you for joining us. Join us again.